Welcome to the next segment of the Art of Women Tampa Bay Art Chat, and I have the lovely Francine Wolf with me today. I was fortunate enough to have Francine in one of my The Art of Women interactive art installation events, and she was gracious enough to give us some time today. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about her, and then she's going to give you her pearls of wisdom, her backstory, and we're going to have a good little art chat here. So Francine was born in Brooklyn, New York, and she lives in Largo right now. She's an actor, singer, comedian, improviser, woman of many voices. She's a voiceover talent. She's got this amazing background as a lobbyist for a nonprofit for 18 years, where she worked with Senator John Grant. She's had a role in a law firm with public relations in a very high profile case, and actually talked to Larry King and Matt Lauer. And she's a SAG-AFTRA actress, and I'll let her later tell you what that means for lay people and for me to break it down. For me as a filmmaker, I need to know all the details on that as much as possible. And ZaZu Productions is her company, and her current big deal is Pants Optional Comedy, and where she's pivoted in the pandemic to bring her great talents and her colleagues to the internet for fun. So let's get started. Any tidbits I missed on your bio that you wanna plug, and then I'll start talking to you about what you do.
Oh gosh. Well, you did a great job with Senator John Glenn, my hero, America's hero, who actually went into space at age 77, and then anyway, it was great. My life. I don't know where do I start.
Well, one thing is you look wonderful, and because you're an actress, I'm going to comment on that. And you shared with me before in our little pre-interview your age, and you don't look it, and you have a secret that Elizabeth Taylor, you kind of took from Elizabeth Taylor that at some point would love for you to share with us. You said that I could ask that. You're just wonderful. You're full of life, and you're real inspiration. So,
okay. Well, when I was 11, I used to read these movie magazines, and Elizabeth Taylor was interviewed and said, and they asked her, well, what do you do to keep your skin so beautiful? She says, all I do is wash my face with regular soap and water and use moisturizer twice a day. And I've been doing that since I was 11. I'm now 72. No Botox, no fillers.
Nice.
No, nothing.
Good for you. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. One of the things that, I wanted to focus on a little bit about you, besides I told everybody all the stuff you do, and we'll hone in on Pants Optional, of course. But, one of the things that impressed me so much about you and continues to impress me about you is your daringness, your willingness. And I've watched your videos. I saw you in person live at my event, did like an improv skit kind of thing, interactive with people that you didn't even know, that would just come by your exhibit. And how do you get that confidence to own your space and to do what you do across so many platforms? Where do you go to get that?
I think I had the transformation when I turned 32, because I grew up a very shy kid, and I had to take a Xanax to do speech class in college. I'm not kidding, because my father, being a pharmacist who's now 99, would just give them to me. But I think it was the whole transformation of going through a very, 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 very difficult divorce, where my ex-husband has, out of the picture since then. Okay. Raising, my daughter was 2.5 weeks old when he left. Okay. And that, going through that whole process just totally did something to me. It's like, okay, I could either sit in the corner and be depressed. I had an infant to nurse, and I knew I was responsible for her life, and a 5-year-old boy. So it was that transformation. I either become an alcoholic, drug addicted, a depressed person, but I had
Yeah.
2 little lives to take
Wow.
care of, and no support from my family because I was alone in Ohio.
Okay.
And
Wow.
that did something to me. I
So
can do
you
this.
draw on that. You draw on that.
I drew on that. And then after that, people said, you're such a survivor.
Yeah.
And look what you've accomplished. And your kids are great. And they both now are professionals who are successful.
Good for you.
And believe me, it was really, really tough because I spent a lot of time trying to get another like stepfather for them, and it didn't work because it just, it was, So I know that's where I had the transformation. Sure. And then now I will just like jump into things, like jump right into the fire without a business plan, without, making lists. Cause I'm an artist. I'm not organized, and I don't do that. I just like the actors who work with me now say, and my friends, they say, well, you come up with these great ideas, but you don't really think them through. You just go ahead and you do it. And then you either, like it happens or it doesn't happen, or it's like, it doesn't like, go to the heights. Like when I did my solo improv show, who does a solo improv show when they're 69 years old and travels the country with it? And solo improv is the hardest. It's the hardest improv to do. Do everything by yourself, all the characters, work with the audience, travel and live in like hostels. I mean,
sure.
It's like,
daring. You're very daring. So that's what really drew me. If I have to, when I think of you, that is the thing that most comes to me, and the variety of things that you do. You're very much into the get set or ready, go, get set. Afterwards. I know, right?
I do.
Yeah.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, before I started Pants Optional Comedy, which is virtual online comedy improv show, before the pandemic, my plan was I was going to work with a playwright and actually come up with a one-woman show that was scripted based on the old Catskill jokes from the 40s and 50s and 60s. Because I grew up, we went to the Catskills. It's part of my culture.
What's the Catskills?
What's the Catskills? Upstate New York, where Jews started going for holiday back in the early 1900s, and then it got really, really big, and all the resorts were there, and that's where all the comedians got their start, and they ended up on TV in the 50s. Yeah, that's where mostly the Jewish comedians, because in the early 1900s, most hotels and resorts were not open to Jews.
Wow. I just learned something. Wow.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that.
It started with the Jews from Europe who were farmers. They went upstate New York because there was farmland there that they could have. And they opened their farmhouses to visitors. And little by little, everybody wants to come up here because living in New York City, it's so hot. Who wants to be here in the summer? It's too hot. You schwitz. Go up to the mountains for some cool mountain air, So the little farmhouses grew into little cottages, then into big hotels. Okay.
So your skit, the sketch, you were doing it based on, you were inspired by that time period and what happened there in the Catskills to do the sketch you were thinking about, but now you've pivoted in the pandemic. Instead, you're doing Pants Optional, which brings, I know, a group of folks online in some comedy. Tell me kind of concisely about what that is and when you do it.
All right. Well, it's a whole new concept of improv and comedy because we are dealing with TV screens. We're all in our own TV screen. And when you do improv with a bunch of people on stage, you're interacting, you're touching each other, you're back and forth, you're talking straight to the audience. So it took us, we started in May rehearsing, figured out all the technical stuff, the backgrounds.
Good for you.
And, I take an improv workshop in Holland every Sunday morning. And I see what the Europeans are doing. And now people all over the world are doing online improv. And I think ours is probably one of the best because we have worked with each other. We know, we've got the technical stuff down. And improv is real life. It's not always hilarious. Improv is making something out of nothing.
I
So
love it.
it's real.
Yeah.
It's real people. It's all about the relationships. But
Do you
we
do it live, Francine? Do you do
yes,
it live?
we do it live, and
Wow.
we do it every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, happy hour. I didn't want to do weekends. I didn't want to compete with hundreds and
Sure.
hundreds of improv shows around the world to do it on the weekends. We use props.
How cute.
This is my sad little dolly. This is the sad little boy. I mean, when I have to kill somebody, it's real easy.
Right. I like it. Bam.
Bam. If I need a machine.
Okay. Right. The lint.
My little lint
thing.
fuzzer thing. Okay, yeah. So we've got it down. I think we're really interesting. We're colorful. We use costumes.
So tell me tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight you have one tonight because today is Wednesday. Okay.
Yes, we have one tonight. We do.
What's the website for people to go to find that, or how can they log on?
Okay,
Is it free? Is it free?
Yes, we've done fundraisers. Actually, we raised a lot of money for charities.
Wow.
Any charity could call me up. We'll work with you. We could do a public show or a private show.
Okay.
So the tickets are free. Now, there's also a $5 ticket option
Okay.
for people who like to support artists.
I love that. What a smart idea. That tidbit right there. What you just said is so amazing right now with what you figured out. I mean, the art and what we do is awesome. That's what we love. But all this technical and financial and ways to make money, there's such a piece there that I really like to highlight too for everyone that's not figured everything out like that yet. And we all are learning from each other. And that's the kudos to you guys in your group. I'll have to check that out one Wednesday night. And so let's move on to what do you offer? I know for services out there, I know acting, you can be hired as an actor, voiceover, you can go do, I've seen you at some of the various like nursing home facilities doing some great stuff to go in and be hired to do some entertaining, you sing. So if there's like a call to action besides tonight, and for people to log in and view it and hopefully contribute to support the artists, anything else you'd like to promote? And tell me where people can find you.
Oh, they're cutting the grass out there.
That's
sorry.
okay. We're about to wrap up. No worries. We're good.
Yeah, right now, ZaZu's review. ZaZu, we're here to entertain you. Okay, ZaZu's review is, I'm prepared for everything.
I love it.
It's on hiatus because we're not going into assisted living communities or memory care. We're not doing anything public.
Right.
But yes, I believe artists need to be paid. And, as a professional actor, and you asked about SAG-AFTRA. That is the Professional Actors Union.
Okay.
For film, for any, TV, film work.
Right.
I do a lot of commercial work. I joined the union in Ohio. I was doing a lot of commercial work.
Okay.
And I still do. I'm sorry, what was the question?
That's okay. You know what? Let's touch. I'll tell you. We'll get to the finale. Go ahead and just give me the points on about SAG-AFTRA. What benefit does that give you, and how much are the dues?
Oh, well, it depends on where you live, when you joined, and depends how much work you get. In Florida, there's not that much SAG work. Okay. So you can opt out and be FICOR, where you can actually do non-union work. Okay. Most of the work that I do is non-union. It's complicated.
And some states shun on this. Some states don't like that or don't even give that option, that it's a no-no to try to hire an actor who's not with the union, like typical union kind of situations. Is that sort of the,
There's so many rules and regulations. It's really complicated.
But Florida's different probably because we're not that big yet in the industry. I would think.
Well, we
maybe.
were in Orlando, and things have gotten, the tax benefits were taken away. It's
Yeah,
so
I
complicated.
know.
But
Yep.
they're doing a lot of stuff now in Miami. They're bringing more work to Florida.
So
to
how does it
Florida.
benefit you? A union helps you get paid the rate you're supposed to get paid. I know
There's
that's
a lot of
typically
safety
safety
measures.
measures. Okay.
Required breaks.
Sure.
Only so many hours. You get paid for wardrobe changes.
Yeah.
It's
That's good. Thank you for
yes,
sharing
it's a
that.
good thing.
Yeah. Okay. So where can people find you online? Where do you hang out? Give me your website. We'll add that into all the posts that we do as well, but go ahead and tell me are you on Instagram a lot? Besides,
I'm on
I know.
it. Yeah, I'm on Instagram a lot as half excuse me, half baked _boomer. I think that's the
Got it. Okay. And
that's the
then
address. Facebook, we have a Facebook page, Francine Wolf and ZaZu Productions, Pants Optional Comedy. That's the name of my company, which I started in 2005 to do all this stuff.
nice.
So
I like it.
It's an LLC.
Good for you. Good to be legal and legit that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Good.
So if they go to pants, optionalcomedy.com, that's the website.
Sure.
At the top of the website, there's a little box you can click for a free ticket to our show.
Okay. Great.
And I list the shows on allevents.in every week because there you can purchase the ticket if you want to pay.
Okay.
This way I have, I keep track of who gets our tickets, which is really nice. And I can thank them.
All right, big finale. Ready? What is your tidbit of advice for female creatives out there, or any creatives?
I have two tidbits of advice.
All right.
I got this one from Frank Langella, the Academy Award-winning actor.
All right.
I can't give you a recipe for success, but I can give you a recipe for failure. Try to please everyone.
Nice.
Okay. And then my other tidbit, my other nugget for everyone out there, I want to tell you that no matter what work you do, artist, stay-at-home mom, whatever, in order to be more successful in life and in communicating with people at work, at play, wherever, take an improv class.
Love it.
If you're shy, if you're afraid to, if you want to be free, if you want to be able to laugh and enjoy and have fun in life and communicate better, take an improv class. Now, I also corporate improv, which is something that helps with team bonding. In my network with all my players, my actors, I have people who teach improv workshops virtually now.
Okay.
Who will do it for a corporation, for a small company, for a So
that's awesome. That's great advice.
Contact me. Everybody should be doing improv because it just adds so much to your life.
It's good for the soul.
It's good for the soul. And
it's like therapy. It sounds like it's like a therapy, really good breakout.
Totally. Therapy without being therapy. It's play. It's fun.
Yeah.
I want to add one other thing that has actually helped me move forward, because it's hard being alone during this pandemic. This is my mantra that I developed years ago with an authentic happiness coach. I am ZaZu, undulating through life with pizzazz, creating joy. I am here to create joy. And so that whole mantra keeps me going also because, doing this pants optional comedy improv show is bringing laughter, bringing joy, bringing you a break.
We need that so much.
This time.
It is. We're so serious all the time and uptight. It is. Good for you. Well, thank you.
Yes.
Francine Wolf. This has
Renee,
been the
I love you.
The Art of Women Tampa Bay Art Chat, presented by Renee Warmack Productions and Francine Wolf with ZaZu Productions.
ZaZu.
Woo!